بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد إخوة الإسلام عباد الله, I'd like to welcome you to the first session titled Misguided Phrases. And this particular series will touch on statements and or phrases that are commonly used within this society. These statements and or phrases that have implications, they have meanings behind them. And the meanings of these statements, expressions, and or phrases contradict the truth and guidance that has been revealed from above the seven heavens. And the reason why we want to touch on some of these phrases and or expressions, is because we as Muslims, born and raised in this society, it's common that you may find some from amongst the Muslims adopting some of these phrases and what they entail, yani their outlook, the outlook that these phrases illustrate. Although this outlook on certain aspects of life may actually contradict what Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is pointing us to in that particular aspect of life. And so, with that said, this is the motivation for kind of bringing out some of these expressions and explaining how they're wrong. And so this particular session will be dealing with the statement, you only live once. You only live once. And so this particular expression, it's commonly used when encouraging people to literally follow their desires. You only live once. So do what you like. Do whatever's going to make you feel good. Yeah, you only live once. Enjoy yourself. Life is short. Life is short. And so it's usually used in that context, and it's stated as it relates to statements or actions, regardless if these statements or actions are pleasing or displeasing to Allah. The statement is in and of itself, when it's said generally with the people in this society, they literally have no concern for Allah when the statement is being made. They have no concern for Him. They have no concern for His guidance, no concern for His legislation, no concern for what He commands, no concern for what He prohibits. And they talk as if, when using this expression, you only live once, and when you die, it's over, and that's that. But that contradicts what Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala teaches us in His noble book and that which He has placed upon the tongue of His messenger. Because Allah teaches us that yes, we will live this life, and we will die, but after we die, we will be resurrected once again, living once again. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, He states, ثُمَّ السَّبِيلَ يَسَّرًا ثُمَّ أَمَاتَهُ فَأَقْبَرًا ثُمَّ إِذَا شَاءَ أَنشَرًا. He states, reading from the noble book, then He makes the path easy for him. Then He causes him to die and puts him in his grave. Then when it is His will, Allah's will, Allah will resurrect him once again. Allah will bring him back to life once again. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, He states, وَاللَّهُ أَنْبَتَكُم مِّنَ الْأَرْضِ نَبَاتًا ثُمَّ يُعِيدُكُم فِيهَا وَيُخْرِجُكُم إِخْرَاجًا. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala caused you to sprout forth from the earth, for lack of better translations. Then He will return you to it, yani the earth, and then He will extract you once again, yani from the earth, meaning He will resurrect you, bring you back to life once again. So the reality is, it is incorrect to say you only live once, if we were taking the phrase on its literal meaning, you only live once, this is incorrect. The true understanding that the Muslim has is that you only die once, and then you will live thereafter, and you will live either in a state of prosperity and bliss or in a state of wretchedness and punishment. You will live in a state of wretchedness and punishment. And so this is what is important for human beings to keep in mind in order for them to check their actions in this worldly life. Because Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, He's teaching us in this noble book, تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. Blessed is He in whose hands is the dominion, and He is over all things capable. He is capable of all things. He who created death and life, that He may test you all, determining who is best amongst you all in action. Those that are best in action are those that act in according to that which He loves and is pleased with. Those that act in accordance to that to that which He legislates. This is how the person walks throughout this life. Why? Because he understands that he will die. And then thereafter, he will be raised up for judgment. And whatever he earned in this life, he will see its reality in the next life. If he earned in this life true prosperity, then he will see that prosperity and that bliss and that happiness in the next life. And if he earned for himself in this life wretchedness and punishment, that he will see that wretchedness and that punishment in the next life. So he sacrifices in order for the benefit of his well-being in the next life. So a person doesn't live once. On the contrary, he will only die once. And for a person that understands that he will only die once and thereafter he'll live in one of these two states, for that person, then it causes him to check his behavior in this current life. We have an authentic narration from the Prophet ﷺ, and this is collected by Imam al-Bukhari in his Sahih, and it's upon the authority of Ibn Umar. With the Prophet ﷺ, he stated, "Kun fi dunya ka'annaka gharibun aw abiru sabil." Be in this life as if you are a stranger or a traveler upon the path. Taking from this dunya that which you need while you're on the road, on this particular journey. You only take and carry what you need. You don't grab anything that's going to hold you back from your journey. Ibn Umar is quoted as stating, after stating the statement of the Prophet ﷺ, he's quoted as stating, إِذَا أَمْسَيْتَ فَلَا تَنْتَظِرْ الصَّبَاحِ. If you make it to the evening, do not expect to make it to the morning. وَإِذَا أَصْبَحْتَ فَلَا تَنْتَظِرْ الْمَسَاءِ. And if you make it to the morning, then don't expect to make it to the evening. خُذْ مِنْ صِحَتِكَ لِمَرْضِكَ وَمِنْ حَيَاتِكَ لِمَوْتِكَ. And take advantage of your health. Take advantage of your health prior to becoming sick. And take advantage of your life prior to your death. In this statement, there is an encouragement for the believer to never feel safe that he'll make it to see tomorrow or make it to see the evening. And that he should hasten and race to do actions that'll leave him in a state of prosperity when he lives again. Before he dies and is resurrected and lives again. That he works in this life in that manner. Putting forth actions, being hasty and putting forth good that will leave him in good standing, in a good situation, and have him in a good circumstance after his death when he's raised up and lives again. This is how the Muslim should understand this affair. And the Muslim should not adopt the understanding of the kuffar from amongst the people in this society that say you only live once. That say you only live once and understand or have a meaning and or understanding and or outlook on life based off that understanding. Because that understanding, what they imply by the statement, causes them to have a disregard for Allah, His legislation, and what Allah loves and is pleased with. So this is what I wanted to present, because when we hear this statement in this society, this is what it entails. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala knows best, and we want to be better in our thinking than what we see from the people in the society today, that don't actually have the understanding that this is a time of action without accountability. And after death, that will be a time of accountability without action. We're supposed to have that understanding, and not the understanding you could just do whatever you want and have fun because you live once and when you die, it's over. So this is what I wanted to present to the brothers and sisters, and Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala knows best. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.